So I love, love, love making games. So that's what I want to talk about really quick, the passion and the authenticity that goes into making video games. But before I get into all that and explain what Black Ops and NASA science have to do with what I'm going to say, I want to talk to you a little bit about my partner. He's a good friend of mine. Maybe some people recognize him. His name is Michael Bay. He's a filmmaker, someone I've known for a very long time, back when I worked at DreamWorks, and he was directing The Island and the Transformers movies. And there's one thing I really, really admire about Michael, and that is that he has this forward-looking vision and this sort of amazing sort of need to constantly push himself, to constantly create new things and bring something new to the medium. And in his case with movies, he creates custom cameras. He creates different kinds of shots, bigger, bigger, bigger stunts and explosions, and things that really push the story in ways that no one has ever seen before. And he's managed to film in places that no one has ever seen. And that is one of the things that has been amazing about watching his movies and growing up with them for all of us. And I share that sentiment in everything that we do, in the companies that I build, in the technology that we develop, and in the stories that we tell at Rogue Initiative. And so it made perfect sense to me when he called one day and said, "Hey Pete, I want us to work on a video game together and a transmedia property." I said, "Yeah, where do we start? Let's go." So we created Rogue Initiative Studios, and we have a couple of mantras. One is that when you come to work with us, we're all AAA game developers from various studios, but we all expect each of us to do the best work of our careers. We have a studio in Los Angeles. We've been working for a while on this project, and I'll get into a little bit about that very shortly. But my background is I've had a very blessed career as a producer, a writer, and a technologist.
Keep up with that Zodiac! Shoot the mines!
Roger, Metal 01. Missile strikes confirmed on multiple Russian hard targets in your AO. All primary threats neutralized.
And a part-time referee, working on all kinds of different projects, working on very, very highly disciplined teams on very high demanding projects. Now this one people remember a little more of. This is a Medal of Honor, and of course we all remember the first 24 minutes of Private Ryan. when I was at Amblin, working under Mr. Spielberg, I watched him write and videotape these notes to the team making the game. And he really wanted to capture that authenticity that we saw in the movie of storming that beach and how terrifying that was, like nothing we've ever seen before in film. And so the developers recreated that in the game. And the developers are amazing. And Spielberg was amazing to watch this input. And I learned again that authenticity comes from all kinds of different avenues inputting into a creative process. So I believe in really another aspect of think tanking authenticity is bringing all the smart people together. You never know what you're going to find. So when I say Black Ops, military work, Call of Duty, now working with science and NASA on the movie and the game, this kind of thing is important to me. Can we get special forces guys from the military to sit with scientists and game designers and industrial engineers? So, you know, Michael, if you've noticed in his movies, he's amazing at incorporating real soldiers, real vehicles, right? Real gear, and the lingo from these guys sounds authentic because it is. They're the real deal. They're the real people out there. And he's done his research and he's amazing. He's the best in the world at it. And we did a little bit of that in Call of Duty as well. Like, we love the idea of incorporating soldiers and vehicles and seeing everything that's out there and actually experiencing it. And so that's kind of what I mean by cultural authenticity. And I'll dovetail into talking about why we're here, because Michael has always wanted to come out here and shoot. He wanted someplace exotic, mysterious, and different that he can really portray on film. And so as it happens, we were invited to Saudi Arabia, and we got a chance to see a lot of the country. And it was amazing. And that passion really, really resonates here strongly. So these are some pictures I took just out of my, my helicopter view with my iPhone. So you can only imagine how good they would look, you know, with a professional lens shot by someone like Michael Bay. I mean, they're very inspiring. You can see where there could be amazing chase sequences, amazing helicopter chases, car chases, fight sequences, big action. And it's all very inspiring. It's all, I mean, to me, it's like, it's unreal. I've never seen anything like this before. And so for Michael, looking at these kinds of things, these are very, very inspirational as well. And so as we create our content and we work on our property together that we're building, we look at all this stuff and go, how do we incorporate this both in the movie and the game? I mean, you can't make that stuff up. We also were really impressed and blown away by what we saw in Neom. And I mean, he said, Pete, why aren't more people doing stuff out here? Why aren't more people making content? Why aren't more people making video games? We need to pave the road. We need to pave the road and figure out how to bring big transmedia to Saudi. That was a big, big, big goal for him. And that means incorporating all the things that are making our property unique. The idea of bringing together special forces and science and the cultural aspects from all kinds of places around the world to make something really unique in our creative property. So, you know, we can't do it alone. We need authentic creators. So anything we intend to do here, whether we film, create virtual production, or build a video game, all have to do with local Saudi creators to help us. And so this here is exactly why we've got a lot of work cut out for us, but we understand the value in it, and we understand that there's passion here to apply to what we want to do. So this is our plan. This is the thing that we're doing, and we're really, really excited about it. So I'm going to share a couple little concept art and some screenshots from our property that I'm working on. This is more on the video game side, as you can see. It's a changed world. We're working on a AAA action adventure game, third person. Here's a little sneak peek of my desk. I actually do work. I like being in the engine a lot. You know, a functioning game, we do a lot of lighting tests. We're working very closely with Unreal. The reason being that we want to create content that will work in the film and the game by creating what we call a united virtual art pipeline and department, so that as we create content or vehicles or scenes, that we build out the whole thing first in the engine. We can play in there. It runs at frame rate, optimized, and then we can film in there. We can do previs all the way to final pixel. That's the goal. So this already lets us have everything we need to build game content created for the film as well, and then put into the game, and vice versa. So it's a unique pipeline. We understand that this is what the future is, and so we're all about figuring this out. And we've been doing it already with the studio. We've already shot lots of footage. We can get Michael into a virtual session remotely, where he's in his home across the country. We're in Los Angeles in different places, including our studio, and we can remotely go into a scene with all the remote desktop applications running in our secure little room. We have Unreal running. He gets in there, and he starts adjusting his lenses and taking his shots. And then we have a process to output those shots. And now we have previs that's done faster than anything he's ever done before. Because he's not into storyboards, but he's into doing these kind of previs shots. He can get like shots in minutes that would take him hours. And so we've already created something that allows him to really, really move quickly and get his shots and then be out, and then we export them all out and we create the movie footage that we get to the studio, and this is how we do our previs, so that we actually film real scenes. We've already understood how the camera works and what we intend to shoot in the physical world. These are just more lighting tests, reflection tests, frame rate tests, but these are real screenshots. And I'll leave you with this. This is our hero. We are really, really excited about what we want to do. Unfortunately, we can't get into all of it just this minute, but we are definitely working really hard at this project, and we intend to continue building on it. And as far as the cultural authenticity and how we're bringing in all the authenticity from whether it's the special forces or from the science advisors we're using, or it's from the authentic people working here in KSA to help us build the elements from KSA into our game. There's no sense in ever making something that isn't made by the people who live and breathe it. That's where authenticity comes from. Authenticity is what really, I believe, will be what makes a game successful. It's one of those small pieces that have to be incorporated. So that's it. That's just what we're up to right now. A lot more coming in the next few months. And thank you very much.